Hi, ladies and gentlemen. This is Eddie Marcus, spokesman and advocate of basic human rights for all people. Here doing what I'm aiming to do. You know, I was thinking about a topic that I could speak on that would probably aid in achieving that for tonight. And as I thought, the things that crossed my mind were kind of strange. The topic that came mostly, and at least the one that I wrote down, was ignorant and stupid. Why would I want to speak to you on the subject matter of ignorant and stupid when I'm speaking about freedom, when I'm speaking about life, liberation, when I'm speaking about your dreams being made real, and I come to a subject on ignorance and stupidity? Am I saying that because we are not experiencing, and I definitely would agree, and I'm sure you would too, that we are not experiencing our dreams? I'm sure we would agree on that. And am I suggesting that the reason, perhaps, that we are not is because we're ignorant and stupid? Well, you know, that doesn't seem like such a bad idea. I mean, if we are not doing it, and we all want it, then there must be some reasons for it not happening. Could it possibly be that we are ignorant? Because we keep trying the things that we try never work. Could it possibly be that we're just a little stupid? Well, when I think about that subject matter for myself, I see that the kinds of things that prevent us from experiencing that as we live in this world is the rules and regulations, the power that exists with control over our lives. And what is that? It's nothing but the ideas of men who are representative of selfishness, men who are, you know who we are. And we are being driven to live our lives according to the dictates of different men, women. And so the result of that is all that exists around us and about us. And we can assume that perhaps it plays a part in the things that's happening right now. Well, I say that the better way would be to follow a different way. And for me, I have been blessed to experience the reality that there exists a power outside of me and outside of you that is able to do things that I have recognized beyond any doubt that I can't do, neither can you. But that power is able to. And for some strange reason, when I think about all of the things that exist that I know that I cannot play a part in, and neither can you, but yet it is, I think about that power that I have seen that could when nobody else would. Well, for me, I call that power God. I just call it power God. And because of that power, I think about things that's happening in the world. I think about across the immigrant situation, migrants or whatever. I think about the people who are running from their countries for various reasons, for all kinds of reasons. And they are stuck at borders asking, may we please come in? May we please come in? And some people are saying, yes, we got some policies. We are trying to and want to help you, aid you the best we possibly can. Many are saying, well, we would love to, but we can't. That's that tight around the world. But for me, as I look at this and I recognize how long this kind of stuff has been going on, and I ask myself, what would stop that? What it causes it? The same thing causes it that's causing everything else. Men following the dictates of other men. And what their motivation is, none of us can actually put our hands on it, but we can observe what's going on and we can either like it or not. So you ask yourself, how do you deal with a situation like this? So I don't really know. But for me, I would think that if I were to say something that would mean something, I would say to the people, where you are, I don't know what brought you there. I don't know what this power maybe is that I just got through speaking of, what role that might have played in your being wherever you're running from. But I can say this, running from is not the answer. You are there and that's your home. And you're being manipulated and controlled just like other people all over the world. Even to those places where you are trying to go to, they, my friends, are just as controlled and manipulated as you. It's just not the same ones. So you are running from your problem to their problem. And they are saying, hey, hold up. Problems plus problems mean more problems, more pain, more suffering. And the dictates that are coming from those who say, I know how. Those who say, let me show you, trust me, trust me. We find out that nothing is coming out of that would eradicate the problems that we are on our knees praying for. But I say to you, ladies and gentlemen, stay at home. Correct your government. Make it righteous. Make it work for you. Make it work for all of you. And you all must be engaged together to empower yourselves, to control your system of government and make sure that it is what? That is legitimate. And how do you do that? By making sure that it works for everyone. And everyone should be participating in it. And stop running. And many of you, you know there will be war. There will be fighting. Perhaps. Not necessarily, but chances are. And many people might be killed. Many people might die. But you're standing up for what is right. Standing up for what is your duty. Standing up for your responsibility. And if you can't benefit from it other than just dying, committing yourself to that point, then doing it for your descendants, giving them something, giving them a foundation to stand on. Well, they don't have to rock. Well, maybe you are doing what you're going through because you didn't get the foundation. We didn't get the foundation. But that doesn't mean we got to stay here. We recognize we got to do something. If somebody got to stand up, why not us? Why not us? Stand up for something a little bit more than our own selfishness. Stand up for a little bit more than having our mansions and, without me going into it. So I say, if you stay at home, that could be your reward. And at the same time, if you say no, for whatever your reasons might be, you might say, I'm scared, I don't know what to do, I'm just fearful, blah, 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 and fill in any kind of blank you want. But your descendants are going to get just what you left them. And it might be worse than anything that you ever ran from. And they can say thank you. You see, the truth of the matter is this, ladies and gentlemen, is that every human being, as I see it, as a social scientist and as a person that seems to be concerned about myself, to the degree that I think if I'm really concerned about myself, I got to show some blessings and thrust ideas, whatever I can, whatever energy I can, whatever truth I can to you, to say that you, my friends, are essential for the life that I want to live. I'm not trying to hurt you, cause you any pain. I just want you to be free. Because in your freedom, baby, I'm free. And so this is what I spend my time saying, that when we get up every morning and follow the dictates of the systems that have been designed for us, on top of everything that we've discussed up to this point, we know we got to survive, and we know what that all entails. One way or another, the ones who call themselves surviving better are the ones who got some resources, and those resources usually are money. And we know what the requirements are to get that money. Sometimes we have to sell our soul to get that money. Sometimes we don't. Sometimes we just have to get a job. Sometimes we must just have to come up with something. But whatever we come up with, whatever job we engage ourselves in, is going to be controlled and guided by, and nothing perhaps is wrong with that, regulated by the system. So what the system allows you to do is that which benefits the purpose and the design of the system. And so far to this point, we recognize that is not to satisfy you, the people, which means that change is required. And so you have to stop putting your trust, as we've just mentioned, to the immigrants, to the migrants, and put your trust in that same power that is responsible for all the things that exist that you know none of us or no human, as far as we know, had anything to do with this manifestation. And since no one can just identify that per se, what that power might be, then what we see that power as being, we allow that power to manifest itself by living through us, and we actually become the physical manifestation of that power of love, that manifestation that you have said, I give my life to. And the thing of it is, my friends, when you're doing it and it's for love, it's for everybody. It works for everybody. Everybody's feeding off everybody. Everybody's loving everybody. And the world is made different. And there's no lying, there's no cheating, there's no stealing, there's no killing, there's no racism, there's no hatred, there's no bigotry. There's no pain and suffering. You got your house and food and clothing and shelter, education, healthcare, transportation, infrastructure, going and doing anything your mind can imagine. And you're working together. Now that doesn't mean that everybody's doing their own thing. It means that you do get a chance to express that gift that has been given to you by giving you the greatest joy in doing. And it's just so interconnected with everything that power that you and I cannot see has tied it together. And so the result of that is that the reservoir of goods and services that I'm always talking about is overflowing with that which you, the people, require for your needs, your wants, and your desires at your leisure. You can't beat that. That's, as far as I can see, that's the power of God that I see. This is what it all means to me. Going to church and all the stuff that trying to do what you think is right, it's fine. If it leads to this freedom, if it leads to such a connection with God, if it frees you so that you can love your enemy, if it frees you so black people and white people can get along, if it frees you so the straight and the gay can get along, if it frees you so the husband and the wives can get along, if it frees you that your nation and other nations can get along, then I say it's worth trying. So, I don't know what a subject might be, but I do say that we come into the world, somewhere we heard it said that we should cry when children are born and rejoice when they are gone. Now you might say, how can we do something like that? Rejoice when they're gone? But when they speak of crying, they're talking about the struggles that have been left, that you are enduring, that they are going to have to endure. And that you don't want to wish upon anybody if you can't stand this life yourself. But for some strange reason, they are here. But we should be the kind of role models that they can see and grow from, because they themselves came here with something special to offer. And unto those parents that receive them, they get guidance. They get what we need extra to take us to that next level. And having done that, my friends, when they have come in, when they have done exactly what they have done, and they're not selfish, and the world is beautiful as we just got through describing it. And when that moment comes, when it's all over, you don't get no more chances. You don't get the opportunity to say, if I had one more chance, I'd do it this way or I'd do it that way. This is the moment. This is the moment that describes what your life has been about. This is the moment. And when the people, it doesn't really matter, but when the people can sit back and say, thank God, they hate to see you go, but they're praising God that you came by because of your living, your service to humanity. They get a chance to know God and be willing to make the change. I just want to thank you, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know what it's all about. I just wanted to share that with you.